My dears, Granny has missed you so much. And Ginger the cat has too. Now tell me, are your teeth brushed? Your pajamas on? Now listen closely. Open your ears and your imagination, because Granny is about to begin tonight's bedtime tale just for you.
The Enchanted Drum. Long ago, in ancient times, the animals lived together in peace. There was only one turtle in the world then. His name was Ambi, and he was the great ancestor of all turtles. He lived with his wife, Anam. There was also the bird Anono, the ancestor of all birds. There was the ram Ibuno and his wife, the sheep Atoldu. There was the elephant Inwai, the leopard Ajo, the lion Odom, and many other animals. For many years life was happy. The wind blew, the rain fell, the plants grew, and there was enough food for everyone. But with time, the weather changed. The rain became less and less. The land dried. The sun burned the earth every day. Food became rare. The rivers stopped running and the streams dried up. Hunger spread everywhere. The animals became thin and weak. Sometimes they were lucky if they found one meal every 3 days. Sadness filled the land. One morning, Turtle left his house early to search for food. He walked for a long time under the burning sun. His feet were tired, and the hot sand hurt him. After a while, he saw a tall palm tree in the distance. His heart became happy. He walked slowly toward it and looked up at its long trunk. "Do you have any ripe dates?" Turtle asked. In those days, animals and trees spoke the same language, so the palm tree answered him. "Yes," said the palm tree, "I have one ripe date." "One date?" Turtle cried. "Do you expect me to climb all the way up your tall trunk for only one date?" He walked away angrily. Later, Turtle found another palm tree. "How many ripe dates do you have?" he asked. "3," said the palm tree. Turtle insulted the tree and walked away. Then he found another palm tree. This one had 10 ripe dates. Turtle thought about it for a moment, but then he said, "10 dates? Among all those leaves? No, that is not enough." He continued walking. At last, Turtle found a medium-sized palm tree. It was not too tall, and it was full of fruit. "How many ripe dates do you have?" Turtle asked. The palm tree answered, 400 dates, multiplied 3 times. Turtle's eyes grew wide. 400 multiplied 3 times, he said. That means 1,200 dates. He danced with joy and began to climb the tree. His strength returned. Even the sun seemed less hot. A cool breeze touched his body as he climbed higher and higher. At last, he reached the top. He saw the heavy bunches of ripe dates. He picked one and put it into his mouth. It was the sweetest date he had ever tasted. Then he picked another, and another, and another. He ate until his mouth was full of sweet juice. He was about to pick more when one date slipped from between his fingers and fell to the ground. Turtle cried, "Oh no, I will not let one of these wonderful dates be wasted." He climbed down quickly to look for the fallen date. The date had fallen near a hole in the ground. Turtle reached for it, but it rolled deeper inside. He stretched his arm into the hole, but the date slipped even farther away. Turtle said to himself, "Am I not the turtle who never turns back halfway to battle?" So he climbed down into the hole. Step by step, he followed the date deeper and deeper underground. Every time he almost touched it, the date rolled farther away. Suddenly, Turtle found himself coming out from the other side of the hole. He was standing in a strange world. There were wide fields, huts, trees, and open spaces, but the light was pale and yellow. Everything looked different. Near him stood a little boy, chewing something. "What are you eating, boy?" Turtle asked. "I am eating a date," the boy answered. His voice sounded strange, as if he had a blocked nose. "Where did you find it?" Turtle asked. The boy said, "I was cleaning our yard when suddenly this date fell from above, from the sky." Turtle said, "Now I understand. You think I fell from the sky too?" The boy answered, "Yes, sir." Turtle said, "Well, I did not fall from the sky, and there is something else you must know. I am the owner of the date you just ate." The boy became frightened. "I am sorry, sir," he said. "I did not know." Turtle said, "Sorry is not enough. Give me back my date now, or I will take you with me to my land." The boy began to cry. His parents and many spirits heard him crying and came running from the huts and from behind the trees. The father asked, "Why is my son crying?" Turtle said, "Your son ate my date. I asked him to return it. If he does not, I will take him with me to my land." The father looked at Turtle and asked, "Who are you, if I may ask?" Turtle answered proudly, "I am the turtle who never turns back halfway to battle." The father said, "I think I have heard of you. We are spirits, and this is our city. Welcome, Turtle." Then he turned to his son and asked, "Did you eat Turtle's date?" The boy replied with tears in his eyes, "Yes, father, but I did not know it belonged to him." The spirit father said, "This is a simple matter. We have many palm trees here. We will give you 10 dates in exchange for the one he ate." Turtle shook his head. "No," he said. "Either I take my date or I take your son with me." The little boy cried harder. His father tried again. "Then we will give you a whole bunch of dates instead of the one you lost." Turtle refused. "I do not want to waste more of my precious time, either my date or the boy. That is final." The boy ran toward the huts, screaming. Turtle began to chase him, but the father stopped him. "Come here, my friend," said the father. "Do not frighten the poor child. I will give you something better than all the palm trees in the world." Turtle stopped. "What could be better than that?" he asked. "A drum," said the spirit father. "A drum!" Turtle cried. "Do I look like a drummer to you?" The father said, "This is not an ordinary drum. Accept it, and you will be happy that you took it from me." Turtle thought for a moment. "I will accept the drum," he said, "but only because you speak politely. Teach your son to be more careful in the future." The spirit father brought a small, strange drum with a stick beside it. Turtle hung the drum over his shoulder. He wanted to beat it at once, but the father stopped him. "Do not beat it here," he said. "When you return to the upper world, beat it gently. If this drum does not amaze you, then I will be amazed." Turtle said goodbye to the spirits and climbed back up the long stairway toward the world of light. When he reached the palm tree, he stood under it and beat the drum softly. A strange sound came from it. Kumboto, kumboto, ajianunofo, Jedi Jada, Jedi Jada, Anili Nano. At once, a table full of food appeared before him. There was rice, beans, fish, cooked meat, bowls of soup, fruit, and all the delicious food Turtle had dreamed of. Turtle ate until he could hardly move. Then he remembered the palm tree that had helped him find this treasure. He placed his hand gently on its trunk and said, "Thank you, dear palm tree." He said this several times. Then he went to the hole and whispered, "Thank you, dear hole." After that, Turtle returned home happily, whistling all the way. At first, Turtle wanted to keep the drum a secret. For one whole week, he and his wife enjoyed the food it gave them. But then another idea came to him. If I feed the animals during this famine, he thought, they will honor me. They may even make me their king. The idea pleased him very much. So the next day, Turtle sent the bird Anono to invite all the animals to lunch at his house. He told Anono, "Tell them I have a message from the land of spirits." Anono was suspicious. Turtle had been acting very strangely lately. He wondered if Turtle was trying to play one of his old tricks. Still, Anono noticed that Turtle and his wife looked healthy and well-fed while everyone else was starving. So he carried the message to the animals. Some animals came because they were curious. Some came because they lived nearby. Leopard came because he wanted to punish Turtle if the invitation turned out to be a trick. Others stayed home because they were too weak or too angry to care. The animals sat under an old tree near Turtle's house. Turtle stood before them and began to speak. "My dear friends," he said, "hunger has hurt us all. For 3 years we have suffered. One day I said to myself, all the animals of my land will die unless someone risks his life to save them. I decided that I would be that one." Some animals laughed. Turtle, their savior? What a joke! But Turtle continued. "I said goodbye to my wife because I thought I might never return. I went to the land of spirits. I crossed 7 rivers and 7 forests on foot until I reached their kingdom." The animals became quiet. Turtle went on, "I met the king of the spirits. At first he wanted to kill me, but my courage changed his mind. He prepared a great feast in my honor and called me the great turtle who never turns back halfway to battle." The animals were now listening carefully. Turtle said, "I could tell you more about the medals and honors the king gave me, but you are hungry, so I will feed you first." He walked slowly into his hut and came back carrying the enchanted drum. Then he beat it gently. Kumboto, kumboto, Ajia Nunofo, Jedi Jada, Jedi Jada, Anili Nano. Suddenly, a great table of food appeared. The animals rushed toward it like they had been hungry for 30 years. Mouse fell into hot soup. Sheep jumped into a bowl of vegetables. Plates overturned. Food flew everywhere. But at last, the animals realized there was enough food for everyone. They calmed down and ate in peace. From that day on, the animals returned to Turtle's house every day. They ate, drank, sang, and praised him. Turtle loved the attention. Soon, one of the singers accidentally called him King Turtle. After that, the animals began to sing, "Great and noble King Turtle, King of our land." A day was chosen for Turtle's coronation. The animals ordered silk clothes from the land of monkeys and a crown from the land of fish. They decorated Turtle's house with flags. Frog trained the choir day and night for the coronation song. On the morning of the ceremony, all the animals gathered for a great breakfast. Elephant was chosen to beat the magic drum. It was the first time Elephant had ever held the enchanted drum. He picked up the stick and tapped it lightly, but Elephant's light tap was much too strong. The skin of the drum tore. A terrible cry came from the animals. King Turtle rushed out and saw the disaster. He was shocked, but he tried to stay calm. He sent 2 small animals to bring tree sap. Turtle placed the sap carefully over the torn drum skin and left it in the sun to dry. When it looked better, Turtle held the drum again. The animals held their breath. He tapped it gently. This time only a little food appeared, a few grains of rice, a little soup, some meat, and a few drops of drink. The hungry animals fought over the tiny meal. Turtle stood up and gave a speech. He promised that as soon as he was crowned king, he would go back to the land of spirits and bring a new drum. But the animals shouted, "No! Bring the drum first, then we will crown you. What is the use of a king without a food drum?" Turtle had no choice. The next morning, at the first sound of the rooster, Turtle began his journey back to the land of spirits. By midday, he reached the palm tree with the 1,200 dates. He asked for a date, and one fell to the ground. This time, the date did not fall into the hole by itself. Turtle pushed it in. Then he climbed down into the hole and followed it to the land of spirits. The same little boy was standing there with his long broom. When he saw Turtle, he started to run. "Do not run from me, my dear little friend," Turtle called. The boy stopped and looked at him suspiciously. Turtle said, "Do not be afraid. Last time I was only joking with you. I enjoy joking with children. I came to thank your father for the drum he gave me. My people loved it so much that they made me king. Is your father here?" The boy answered, "Yes, sir. He is in the hut." "Good," said Turtle. "But first I brought you the most delicious date in the world." The boy hesitated. Turtle said sweetly, "Eat it, my boy. Tell me if it is not the sweetest date you have ever tasted." The boy ate the date happily. At once Turtle's face changed. He grabbed the boy by the leg and shouted, "Give me back my date!" The boy screamed. His parents and the other spirits came running. The boy's father said, "Our old friend Turtle is only playing with our son again." Turtle answered proudly, "I am not playing." The father asked, "What is the matter?" Turtle said, "I warned you before. You did not teach your son. He ate my date again. Either you return my date or I take your son with me." The father sighed. "My friend, we can solve this easily. Would you like another drum?" Turtle pretended to think for a long time. Then he lifted his head proudly and said, "Very well, but this must be the last time." The father said, "We understand." "Then bring the drum," said Turtle. The spirit father led him behind one of the huts. There were drums everywhere, hanging on wooden pegs, small drums, medium drums, huge drums, drums of every shape and size. "The choice is yours," said the father. Turtle was delighted. The first drum he had received was small and delicate, and Elephant had broken it. Now Turtle wanted a drum fit for a king. He walked slowly along the row of drums, inspecting each one. At last, he pointed to the largest drum of all. "This one," said Turtle. "Excellent," said the father. "That drum will be yours." Turtle took the drum and began his journey back. As he climbed the 7 steps from the lower world, he became tired and hungry. He wanted to reach home quickly for his coronation, but he also wanted food. He looked up and saw that the sun was still high in the sky. "There is still time," he thought. "I will eat first, then return home to sit on my throne." He placed the drum down, lifted the stick, and tapped it gently. But no food appeared. Instead, terrible sounds burst from the drum. Biala bialombala, ofo ofio, biala bialombala, ofro ofio. Suddenly, whips flew out of the drum. They jumped everywhere, striking anything in their way. Then swarms of bees rushed out and stung every part of Turtle's body. Turtle fell to the ground unconscious. When he woke up, it was dark. His whole body was covered in wounds, swelling, and pain. His shell felt too small to hold him. He looked around and saw the wicked drum lying quietly nearby, as if nothing had happened. Around it were piles of broken whips. Turtle understood that he had been tricked. Still, he carried the drum back home. He returned at night so no one would see how badly hurt he was. But many animals noticed him and rushed to spread the good news. By evening, Turtle's house was filled with animals again. They sang and shouted with joy. Turtle had gone to bed early, but the noise woke him. He came to the door of his hut, and the animals cheered loudly. He raised his hand, and they became silent. "My good people," he said, "I made the journey I promised you. I have brought you a drum that is the queen of all drums." The animals clapped and jumped with joy. Turtle raised his hand again. "I know you are eager to see the drum," he said, "and I do not blame you because you have not eaten for days. I will bring it to you now. But first I must tell you about the terrible dangers I faced on the road to the land of spirits. I met ghosts and demons. I suffered many hardships. I will not say more now because I am tired and must rest, but you may continue the celebration and prepare your dinner." The animals cheered. Turtle went back into his hut and came out carrying the huge new drum. The animals shouted with excitement. Then Turtle went inside, closed his door, locked it tightly, took his wife by the hand, and hurried out through the back of the house. His wife was surprised, but Turtle pulled her along and whispered, "Run. When they beat that drum, you will understand." Together, Turtle and his wife ran deeper and deeper into the forest until they reached a large rock in the dry riverbed. They hid beneath it. Back at Turtle's house, the animals chose Monkey to be the new state drummer. They did not want Elephant to feel insulted, so they gave him the title of retired drummer and made him the official state horn player. Monkey stepped forward proudly. He lifted the great drum onto his shoulder. The crowd cheered. Monkey held the drumstick with pride and began to beat the drum. What happened next was terrible. Whips flew out in every direction. Bees poured out in swarms. The animals screamed, bled, and ran for their lives. They scattered in all directions, crying for help. As for Turtle and his wife, they stayed hidden under the rock, far away from the disaster. And from that day on, the animals never forgot the lesson of the enchanted drum.
Nighty-nighty, sweethearts.
Sleep, my baby, my little light. Close your eyes, the stars are bright. Mama loves you, Daddy too. All our hearts belong to you. You are good and you are enough. You are gentle, brave, and tough. You are smart, you shine so bright. You make the whole world feel right. Sleep.